Hey everyone, and welcome to the tutorial how to start with Demand AI and automate your sales process on LinkedIn. So firstly, we're going to start with Sales Navigator because you need Sales Navigator to use Demand AI. So you're going to create your perfect search, and a couple of things I'm going to show you right here is like profile language. So if you want to reach Portuguese speakers, we'll get back to that, but remember this filter. If you're here and you haven't learned to use Sales Navigator, there'll be a video in our help desk, search Sales Navigator, and there'll be training in that. But all you have to do is to create your perfect search, copy URL, and then go into new automation in Demand. And now we have a few important steps. So let's say we download 200 people, we call them Test Demand AI. We give them a tag so we can reach them later. Now, in order to use Demand AI, this is the most important. You need to use manual prospect, otherwise it will not work. Because manual prospect will crawl data that the AI model will use from the contact itself from LinkedIn. So if you don't add it as the first step, you cannot use Demand AI. Now, the next step will be you use the connection request. So we go in and say connection request. And from here, you can say, I want to send a connection request in English. I want to send in German, I want to send in Spanish, French, and so on and so forth, Portuguese. We're going to keep it in English today, but if we were here in profile language and we download them with Spanish, well, then you will choose the one called Spanish, and the system will write the connection request in Spanish. So I'm going to say add connection request. The next step I will add, and I highly recommend to keep 2 days. You want to give them time to connect with you. Very, very important. And then I will say LinkedIn message, and I will take the AI model to do a follow-up. From here, then you can put in the time, for example, additional 3 days. And after 3 days, for example, well, then you send a follow-up message, and then you can create that yourself about your unique offering, your call to action to set a meeting, because now you created a common ground, you create a connection where you didn't sell to them in the start, and you start out a relationship. So you're going to craft that message, and you're going to do 5 to 7 follow-up messages over the next 2 months. That's how simple it is. Once you hit save and start, it takes about an hour, depending on how long the list is. And then under once one personalization, they will start showing up. It takes a couple of seconds to load, but then it will run 40 people a day in the model, and they will be showing right here personalization workflows. It's important you go there because it will not send automatically at this point. So I created some examples here. So this is John. This is done by the AI model, it's in English. So you see the connection request and the follow-up message right here. Then we have Amy, she is in Spanish. I don't understand Spanish, but here is the, actually this is in German. I mixed up my merge tags when I did the video, but you get the point. So if I had the message connection request in German, it'll be in German. So that will be, for example, a German case. If I have here, this is full Spanish, everything. This is full French, and it's full Portuguese. So you need to make sure you have the merge tags ready. For example, if you want to say, okay, Jesper here, all you have to do is just to add it, hit send to prospect, and then it will automatically, once you hit send to prospect, load the next person and send the request. Now I'm actually sending this to Victoria in Portuguese, I'm sure, based on the last name. She might speak Spanish, but now it's send out and load the next person, and hit send to prospect, load next person, send to prospect, load next person, send to prospect. This process for 40 people takes about 5 minutes, but you're sending out 40 one-to-one connection requests that is 100% personalized to them using the social post, the biography on LinkedIn, the current job, job title, industry, data. So if they work in a particular industry, it will also use wording around that industry. So it's 100% tailor-made to them, better than you and I probably will do it. And when they receive that message, you have an 80% chance of them getting back to you. So this is how simple it is. All you need is a demand account, Sales Navigator. Then you need to simply, this is your workflows, and they will be sitting there, not sending until you hit start, right, and execute them. But let's just wrap it up here. If we go back to the one we start building here, all I need to do is to save, give it a name, and hit start once I'm done with the campaign. Remember, once you hit save, you cannot edit it. The only thing you can edit are the messages right here. Once you hit save and start, it takes 1 to 1.5 hours. and then you will see them inside your one-to-one workflows, and it's running. You just have to hit send to prospect every day. About 6 weeks from now, we believe that we're gonna let you just hit start and it will just go out on its own. But because we want you to verify if you have a larger account, we want you to look at the data, train yourself, and make sure that it's sending out 100% the way you like it. This is a total game changer, and we know if you send a random connection request, 10 to 15% are gonna accept you, meaning you can follow up with them out of 100. With Demand AI here, you should expect 75 to 80% reaching you and connecting with you, meaning you follow up. That's a significant uptick in meetings. So welcome to Demand AI. This is all you need to know. It's that simple.